Hey everyone, and welcome to week 1 of the Faster Way to Fat Loss. I'm Kyla, I'm your coach. I'm so thrilled that you guys are here. This is going to be a really fun next few weeks for us. As we head into week 1, you've all been able to kind of be in the prep week. And so now we're going to take everything that we learned in prep week and actually put it into action. So if you haven't actively already been able to do that or try it out or kind of find your routine, this is your week to do that. So we're super excited. Before we get started, I would love for you to pop in the comments one thing that is your goal or a small win that you're after for this week. So a goal for this week with Faster Way to Fat Loss. What is one thing that you are super excited to do? Go ahead and pop that in the comments, and I'll kind of read through those here in a second. And I'll just kind of let you know that my one goal this week is to have some progress. And so as we go through this week after week, we're always after progress and never perfection, because guys, there's no such thing as perfect. No one's gonna have a perfect week. No one's gonna have perfect macros. It's just not how it works. So my goal is progress. I'm hoping to just drink more water this week. I think that's something that I've been struggling with the last few weeks. So so guys, just go ahead and tell me what your one goal is. And just remember, take it week by week. Don't look at this as like one big thing that you have to have this huge goal for the entire program. Just remember, week by week, small wins. That is what will keep you going, guys. And that is what keeps us excited to continue on week after week. So, all right, so normally right now I'd read through some goals, but since it's just a video of myself, I'm not going to do that. So, all right, guys, as we are going into week 1, I also want to point out that if you started trying a few things and switching to whole food choices during prep week, you might be feeling some detox. I wouldn't call them symptoms, but like some feelings of detox, whether it's like a little bit of a headache or maybe your stomach's hurting a little bit. Your body has to adjust to how it's working and how it's metabolizing the food that you're putting in. Most of us have come from a whole life of just being sugar burners, and now we are we're going to transition into being fat burners, that's just amazing, right? Who's not excited for that? So that just takes your body a little bit of time. You're going to get a little uncomfortable at times, and that's okay. So I just wanted to point out that that could happen to you, and that's okay, and we expect that to happen. And just be cognizant that you are drinking a lot of water, so that detox process can happen a lot faster, so that you're just flushing everything out, that you're eating those whole foods, that you're following your macros, and everything will start to fall into place, and your body's gonna love how it feels, which is what I love about this program. So, okay, so that's that. I just wanted to make sure that we say that up front so that you don't get worried that something bad is happening or that you're having a bad reaction to the way that you're eating. That's not it, guys. Sometimes detoxes just happen, and it happens anytime you're doing something good for your body after you've done a lot of bad for your body. So, all right. So, we talked a little bit about progress, and I just wanted to just pop into that one more time and just remind everyone that this whole journey is about progress. This whole journey is about learning, and you're going to have mess ups on certain days, and you're going to have days where you're like, think you're doing awesome, and then you're going to be like, oh my God, today was a low carb day, and I was having a regular carb day. Things like that happen, guys, and I don't consider those failures. I just consider those learnings, and every time we learn something, it adds to our progress overall. So don't get hard. Don't get hard on yourself or down on yourself. Don't feel discouraged when those things happen. Don't feel like you have to post it and confess your sins to the group. You know, we're all going to have those moments. If you need encouragement, ask for it in the group. That's fine. But I don't want us to get into the habit of posting negative things, because it kind of just makes everyone kind of focus on what they're not doing well. And I want us to really focus on what we're doing well and what those wins are. And that will just keep us all really excited to keep moving forward. So I wanted to point that out. Here are a few reminders. Number 1, we eat whole, real food in this program. And so as we have talked about it a little bit in prep week. Just remember that that's what we eat in this, in this program. We eat things that come from the ground or that had a mother. So try your very, very best not to be eating so many prepackaged meals or processed foods. Try to eat real whole foods, and you will feel so much more satiated for longer. And I just wanted to point that out to you guys. That is something that's made a huge difference in my life. So keep that in mind as we go through this process. Also, please stay off the scale. Stay off the scale. The scale is a measurement tool, right? There are other ways that we can measure our progress. And one of those ways is how we feel, right? So when you look in the mirror, how do you feel? Are you seeing changes? Are you not seeing changes? Sometimes we feel changes before we see them, right? So I know that for me, when I first started on my Faster Way to Fat Loss journey, I started feeling better first. I started feeling myself burn through the food. That was really cool. As somebody who's competed for the last, decade, I always know when my metabolism is revved up, and usually it's like for me, like 8 or 9 weeks into the prep of a season. With Faster Way to Fat Loss, after the second week, I started feeling myself burning through a lot of my food, and I knew I could eat more food and bump up my macros, which was like a really cool feeling for me because I've always been on restrictive diets. So that's one reason I love this program. So again, stay off the scale. You don't need it. And two, things are going to happen when you're eating whole, real food, and maybe you're eating a lot of vegetables. Sometimes you get bloated. You step on the scale, immediately you're bloated, and you look at the scale number and immediately you're depressed, right? You're sad. You're like, I've been working so hard and my number went up. But guess what? Your waist size might actually be smaller. Like once the bloating goes away and you drink a lot of water to flush it out, maybe you're down a pant size. Maybe you stepped on the scale after a treat meal. Your body has to digest that, guys. So don't step on the scale. I'm just going to urge you to do your best to just measure your progress by how you're feeling and how you're looking, and check in with yourself often. If you want to measure, you can measure, but I just really super highly encourage you to kind of be hands off when it comes to that, just at least through your first round, and let your body just do what it needs to do and just really trust that process. So in the scale, it's not always a good judge, right? So I just want to put that out there. Some tips for success: enter your meals in the night before. So if you're worried about, am I going to hit my macros? Am I going to be on target, whether it's low carb day or regular carb day or low macro day? If you're worried about that, plan it out. Even if you don't have a meal plan for your week, or you haven't planned out everything you're going to have, you kind of know the foods that you tend to gravitate to. Most of you have probably, just because you're on this new journey, have gone to the grocery, have kind of cleared out some of the junk from your house and kind of made room for some of your new stuff. So just kind of plan it out. Play with the macros. You can go into Faster Way to Fat Loss. You're in Faster Way to Fat Loss. You can go into MyFitnessPal and kind of play around with the macros and see, make your most delicious day, right? Put all the foods that you love in there. That way you know you're going to go to them. Don't force yourself to eat things that you hate. That's one thing that I love about this program, is that you're not eating the same thing every day, and that you don't have to eat boiled chicken and rice to hit your goals. This is your dream come true. Take all the foods that you love that are whole, real foods and use them to fuel your body. Isn't that awesome? So for me, what I would do on, let's say it's a low carb day. It's Sunday night. I'm looking forward to Monday, and I just want to put my day together so I kind of know what I'm going to eat. What do I love on low carb day? Guys, I love a huge Cobb salad. There is nothing better to me than a huge Cobb salad with blue cheese dressing and hard-boiled eggs and bacon and grilled chicken and avocado Oh my God, that is to me like it feels like a treat meal. I don't know why, but that is just how it is for me. I love it. The big chunks of avocado and the big hard boiled eggs and the bacon. Who doesn't love bacon? So I just go ahead and like put that in. I already know I'm gonna go to Core Life Eatery and I'm gonna have this huge salad, right? And you can like, if you're dairy free, you can bring your own dressing, pack those ahead of time. Guys, like there's so many tips to stay on track. But yeah, anyways, I don't know why I diverted there, but plan ahead. And put that in there. If you know you're going to have it and that's something you look forward to, then absolutely eat that on Mondays when you're low carb, because then you're not going to be thinking like, low carb, this is going to suck today. Because your body's actually going to start getting used to being low carb on Monday and Tuesday. And you're going to burn through all of all your glycogen stores, and you're going to feel amazing, and you're going to look in the mirror and be like, yep. That's what happens on low carb day. So anyways, guys, start planning that out. Also on low carb day, plan out, like if you are a snacker or you graze, or like during the middle of the day you start getting cravings, plan that out. Take things with you to your work, or if you work from home, make sure you have lots of options for good, healthy, whole food snacks if you're a snacker. For me, I always bring with me in my purse, I always have little baggies that are like pre-measured out, because I've already put that measurement into my MyFitnessPal, so it's super easy. Pre-measured out, just like cashews or almonds. And honestly, like if you're like really needing a snack, you can run into the grocery and grab an avocado, and you can actually just eat it right out of the skin with some salt and pepper or some everything bagel seasoning and whatever floats your boat, guys. Just plan ahead. Make sure you have some really protein dense snacks that are available to you, some high fat. Remember, on low carb days, we must actually spike our fats up to take the place of the carbohydrates that we are missing out on for that day. Missing out on. So have those hard-boiled eggs, beef jerky, almonds, cashews. Make sure you're cooking those days like with some really healthy oils that will help fuel that too. Make sure you're measuring that out and accounting for it also. Have your healthy fats, okay? Make sure also, another tip for success, lots of water. Have your water with you all the time, right? The more water that you get in, the more you're able to flush out the fat, flush out the toxins from your body, and actually be able to lose fat and build more muscle. We need water in our bodies, so you should be drinking half your body weight in ounces in water every single day. So I always at least shoot for like a gallon, but not everybody's me. I love making sure I get my water in. Also, in the morning when you wake up and you're still in that fasted state, your body can feel hungry. Sometimes that's your body telling you that you're thirsty. It's the same signal, it's the same trigger. So if you do feel hungry before your fast, just chug some water. If you need something to sip on, you can have some black coffee or some herbal tea. Gosh, herbal teas are so good. And what you'll notice too, like as you kind of go through this program, you'll stop craving the sugary stuff, and herbal tea will actually taste really sweet to you. And so that's a kind of a cool thing that happens over time. So if you can drink black coffee, drink it black. That would be amazing. And stay in that fasted state so that you can really give your body the digestive rest that it really needs in order to lose fat and burn fat and actually capitalize on the fuel that you're putting in and actually burn through it. So I'm just going to look and see if I've missed anything. I've got some notes here. Yeah, and the water thing, especially as we detox through the first couple weeks, like it's really important to have that water in. All right, and the last thing I'm going to say is it would be really, really cool if we're like super engaged in this. I work during the day, so sometimes it's tough for me to post things during the day, but you'll see at night, like I'm going to try to do as much as I can to make sure that we're engaged. Some things that we can do to be engaged are encouraging each other, post really successful recipes. If you eat something and you're like, oh, heck yeah, everyone's going to love this. This was amazing. post it in to the Facebook page, because sometimes we draw blanks. Like it's like low carb day. What can I eat that doesn't have carbs? All I can think about is carbs today. So do us all a favor. And if you have a really good meal that's low carb and protein dense and high in fat, post it in here because we all want to read it. I will post for you guys a picture of this chopped salad situation that I love at Core Life Eatery. I can also show you how I make it at home too. So like if I can't get to Core Life, in fact, now that I live in Virginia, I don't even think there's a Core Life here. So I'm making those at home a lot now. So I will post that in here so that you guys can take advantage of that too. That way we never get bored. And I think that's kind of the main thing for me, is that like for so long I've been on a meal plan, right? Meal plans are boring. Nobody really wants to eat the same thing day after day after day after day, unless you're a creature of habit, which I kind of cycle in and out of that. So there are days that I just like want my norm, like the thing that I always have on Mondays, which is my salad. And there's some weeks where I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to have like some avocado with some everything bagel seasoning on it. And I'm going to have some eggs and I'm going to have some bacon. So it's going to be like breakfast for lunch. It's going to break my fast at lunch with breakfast food. It's so easy on low carb day to break your fast with breakfast food. So if you miss breakfast because you're eating a little bit later in the day and like you're like, I never have breakfast food anymore, do it on low carb day. It's so amazing. So anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up now. I just want to say thank you. I want to just also say that I honor the time that you guys spend with me. Time is such a gift, and it's a piece of you that you've given to me today that once we spend our time, we don't get it back. It's like the one thing that we invest that we don't really get it back, but we get rewards back from it. So I just wanted to just say that I honor and respect that time, and I thank you so much. Guys, I'm super excited about this week. I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do. We're all capable of so much. So go out there and have a great Faster Way to Fat Loss week.